Never put off to tomorrow what can be done today. This is simple advice, and yet I think it applies to so much more than just the simple. And I was thinking about it today because I was delaying work. If I'm going to be brutally honest, as I like to be, I was delaying work that I didn't want to do. I was putting off work that I don't really enjoy, that I wasn't really interested in doing. And then I got a call, and my wife had taken the kids up to see their grandparents. And they're like, we're going to the pool. Do you want to come? The kids want you to come play with them. And my family is my highest good. They are the thing that matters most to me. And I've spent a lot of my life constructing my life so that I don't miss out on those things, so that I get to participate in all aspects of their life, that I am not going to miss those moments, those small moments, because I'm working or I'm incapable of doing it. So I said yes. Don't regret that for a single second. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. We had a great time. I love seeing the growth of my kids, especially my son, who started off preemie, 8 weeks preemie, this tiny, tiny little baby that we weren't sure was going to make it and how he would turn out and all this kind of stuff, to the first 6 months of swimming lessons screaming his little lungs out for the entire thing, to now jumping off the deep end and diving and wanting to dive for sinkies and don't touch me, I can do it on my own. That growth is, every time I see it, I'm like, wow. That's what consistency and effort looks like. That's what consistency and showing up does. And it's beautiful to watch his growth, to love this thing that he used to hate. And it was a fantastic afternoon. As I said, don't regret going for a single second. However, the catch is, the rub is, because I put off doing what needs to be done, I'm now 2.5 hours behind. I am now 2.5 hours later than I wanted to be, further off than I was going to be. So I'm going to go to a client session now. I'm going to quickly get changed and go run some sessions. And then I'm going to have to go home and I'm going to have to do that work. I had work that was already scheduled for tonight. So now tonight becomes a really, really late night. Whereas if I'd prioritize these things, because they are the important things, they are the top tier priority stuff, instead of doing stuff that could have been done later or tomorrow, but I enjoy doing, I should have prioritized the things that need to be done. So it becomes that question of why are you putting off the things that need to be done? Why are you delaying the things that need to be done? As I said, never put off to tomorrow things that can be done today. And this is a drop in the ocean, kind of thing. It's a nothing moment. Yeah, I'll have a slightly late night. I will catch it up because the work is the work and the work gets done. No matter how I feel about it, whether I enjoy it or not, the work is the work and the work will get done. So that is what's going to happen. But I also think, especially at this time of year, when we're kicking into we've got New Year's and we've got New Year's resolutions and all that kind of stuff, and people are thinking about what they want the year to be like. As we think about these moments, as we head into these situations, why are you delaying? Why are you kicking down the line things that could have been done now? Why are you putting off things for tomorrow, for next week, for next month that could be done right now? Why do we need a new year to start now? Why do we need a Monday? Why do we need a fresh week or a fresh month or a fresh year to just do the things that we know we should do? Why are we putting off to tomorrow things that can be done today? And I think that's a really, really important question to ask yourself. I think it's a really important factor to start questioning yourself on. Why are you delaying these things? Why are you putting them off to tomorrow? What's the resistance there? What's the problem there that is delaying it? And why are you lacking, in the micro and in the macro? As I said today, I was the prime example of that. Why are you lacking the discipline, the fortitude in that area to overcome the resistance to do it? In my case, it's just stupidity. Like, I know that I'm going to do it. One way or another, I know I'm going to do it, regardless of how I feel about it, because that's the discipline that's instilled from chasing greatness daily. That regardless of my feelings, that shit is getting done. That's just how it works. That is exactly how it works. My feelings don't matter. Doing the work that I said I would is what matters. So therefore it's getting done. Therefore it is happening. End of story. So it is just stupid and, pointless to kick it down the line to a later point, because I know that I'm still going to have to do it. So I'm going to have to do it at a point where I'm even less motivated, less driven to do it. And I'm just relying purely on discipline and willpower. So that was a stupid choice on my behalf. But when it comes to changing your life, why are you waiting till tomorrow? Why are you waiting for this perfect moment? And I often think about these ones when it also comes to happiness, because we talk about doing these things, whether it's health, fitness, whether it's business, whether it's, pursuing a passion, whatever it might be. Generally, people say things along the lines of, I'll do it when I reach X, when life calms down, when the kids grow up, when, whatever it will be. Or even down to things like success. I will be happy when I achieve X. I'll be happy when I get that six-pack, or when I complete, a marathon, or lift that weight, or, whatever it might be. I'll be successful then. Not realizing that constantly putting it off till tomorrow, putting it off to this particular moment in time, means that it never arises. Especially if you're delaying starting something that will be good for you, you know that you will enjoy. Because, well, let's be realistic here. There is always going to be shit that gets in the way. There is always going to be stuff that can derail you. There is always going to be moments that can throw a giant spanner in the works, because such is life. I actually reckon you should take the opposite approach to it. I think you should go the other end of the spectrum. I think when life is at its absolute most chaotic, when life is so full on and you're like, I can barely squeeze in another 45 minutes, that is when you start that journey. That is when you undertake it. Why? Because it's only going to get easier. If life is so full on that you barely have the time to squeeze in a little bit more, I can guarantee you that is the moment when, if you can find a way to add that extra thing, it's gonna be life-changing, because it will only get easier from there. Everything will only get simpler. Life will eventually calm down. Life will eventually settle for a while. But if you've gone in and it's most chaotic, when it settles down, you're like, wow, I can ramp things up to a whole nother level. And then when life gets chaotic again, you're good, you're cool, and you can handle it because you've already handled it. And that's a separator, and that's a differentiator, and that's what makes a gigantic fucking difference to your life, because, well, you've already taken it on, you've already handled it. You've already handled it at its worst. So of course you can handle it on the next level. Of course you can take it on at the next iteration of it. Because, well, why wouldn't you be able to handle it? You know? So don't delay till tomorrow. Don't kick it down the line for another day. Take it on, head on, right here and right now. Don't push till tomorrow what you can do now. Because tomorrow isn't promised. There is no guarantees of what's going to be next. You don't know what will come down the pipeline. As I said, today is an insignificant example of that. I had absolutely zero idea that that was what was going to happen this afternoon. But if I'd just done the work when I should have, when I knew I could, when I had the time, when I had the capacity, it would have gone much smoother. It would have gone much simpler. Things would have been easier. And then I wouldn't have had to make a decision down the track of whether I could take that time to spend with my family. I could have just been like, yeah, it's fine. I'm all good. And accepted that. This is why we can't kick it down. And it's why when it comes to your health and fitness, especially, you can't keep delaying it. You can't keep putting it off until tomorrow. You can't keep waiting for your perfect moment to arise. Because you don't know what tomorrow could bring. Tomorrow could be the massive fucking coronary that ends your life. Tomorrow you could be hit by a bus. Tomorrow could be that you're diagnosed with cancer or diabetes or whatever the fuck it is. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. So you can't guarantee that you have time to figure that shit out. But you do have the time and the capacity to make the decision now, to make the decision to do it today. You have that time, you have that capacity, you have that ability. So do that. Make it happen today. Make it a reality today. Because that's the difference. There's no point kicking it down to tomorrow. There's no point seeing what will come. This is one of those moments where you were in control. We talk about it a lot, that you are directly responsible for your reality. If you aren't happy with your reality, change the choices that you are making. Change the thoughts, the habits, and the actions that you are taking to make better choices, to be in a better place, to be in a better setup. So make those decisions. Don't kick it to tomorrow. Don't wait to see what tomorrow will bring. Make the decision now. Step into your power now. And if nothing else, you'll be further down the line. It's like that old saying, what's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. What's the next best time? Today. Don't wait another day. Don't delay it another day. Because then you'll be regretting the time that you have wasted when you could have just started. And it doesn't matter about perfect action. It matters about effort and execution. Just show the fuck up. Just make a decision and start doing it right now, because it'll get fucking better from there. You'll see better results and everything will start to improve because you just started taking the actions. You stepped up and you didn't delay it. And you'll find things that just start to fall into place because you did the work now instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for the perfect moment to align for you to get to that point. So now is your moment. And I truly believe that. So if you are ready and you agree that now is the perfect moment to take that action, shoot me a message. Let's get you into chasing greatness daily. Let's start you on that journey. Let's start that process now and see who you can become. If you're not quite there yet, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, if you took value from this, if you enjoyed it, if it spoke to you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. But most importantly, please subscribe. It helps me, it helps you, it helps the algorithm, it helps us gain more traction and say that this is something that people are interested in. So please subscribe, hit that subscribe button, because I'm here every single day, leading from the front, leading by example, sharing the lessons as I go through them, sharing this journey as I go through it to see what my greatness could be. And I'll be back again tomorrow. Until then.